Hello guys, it's Daggie Ethiokenyan. Welcome again to another episode of The Cross Culture. So today is story time people. So the story today is about how I got saved twice. The first time it was very willingly getting into salvation. The second time I was still saved when I was led into the sinner's prayer, which I will tell you guys the story in a few minutes. So story time. Hadithi Joe. Story come. I think I'm right on that one. Anyways, so this is the Ethiokenyan telling my story of salvation. When I was in class 7 / grade 7 / standard D7. So anyway, so I was in standard 7. August 22nd is when I got saved. Well, I'm about to tell you guys what made me really struggle with the concept of Christianity growing up in a Christian setting. 3 things that really messed me up. Number 1 is coffee talk. For a long time, I really struggled with coffee. I was like, yo, this thing called coffee is a mess. It's messing up with people. It's breaking up families. It's just the worst thing ever, because even the best of people in that community would go from talking about Jesus, beautiful things, and then you slowly drift into talking about what about that guy and what about that guy, and then eventually they go down the wrong path and they're busy talking about A, B, C, D, did what, with who, with where, with why, and with when. With when. The second thing is the sense of spiritual superiority that the Ethiopian community generally had. Especially living out of Ethiopia, you kind of see that contrast really sharp. And then it's against a backdrop for you of like your school, your friends, everything else, in contrast to the people that you meet at home or interact with in the home setting. And so that contrast was too sharp for me. I mean, the whole point of knowing God or understanding God or having a relationship with God is that level of commitment. Then the difference is on the level of expression. Technically, because Ethiopians have a more melancholy state and are more in tune with their emotions, that's how the worship or the prayer reflects too. Even songs like, Who Am I? English is just, who am I? But then Amharic, is thrown in because of the emotions. Yeah, because we are such emotional people. Then the third thing is definitely appearances. That's across every culture. But I found it to be so much heavier in the Ethiopian context because it depends on like how you portray yourself, how you speak, how you sing, how you say hello. And it's all about appearances. Like, do not embarrass us, do not embarrass the church, do not embarrass God, do not embarrass Jesus, do not embarrass. Like, it's just, we're just busy not embarrassing each other. Then when will we begin living our purpose? Because it feels like we're just over here, like just dealing with surface issues. So eventually when I got saved, I was like, Jesus, don't make me like nobody else over here. Please, I need you to be real to me. I need you to challenge me. I need you to change me. I need you to transform me. I need to see my weaknesses. I need to be able to deal with them on the go. I cannot be building on one side and be destroying on the other side. And it was such a deep conversation with God when I was getting saved, because I did not want to be any of what I saw. Parents assume that these things don't affect their children. Stuff that affects any adult, in all honesty, affects a child. Probably even much more deeper than it does an adult. My parents are like the best parents in the world. And I know they went through all this even on a personal level, but they were able to get past it and still stay connected to God. But I was not able to do that because I was a child and I was weaker. But people generally assume the children have more tenacity, or I don't know what that is, but like they just assume that, if I'm back with Jesus, then you as a child, it should be easier for you. I don't know. So the second time I got saved, it was such a cool day. It was an awesome day. No, it was not. Probably I was caught up in schoolwork or something. Anyways, basically I was just not in a good place. One of my mom's friends was downstairs, and so she called me to pray for me, and I was like, oh, okay, nice. Probably I'll feel better or something like that. So when I go, she tells me, okay, kneel down. I'm like, okay, I knelt down. And then she's like, repeat after me. I'm like, okay. So I repeated after her, and so she did the whole sinner's prayer and got me saved again, as if I needed it. Anyways, but basically that day, guys, I was so annoyed, I was frustrated. I was like, Jesus, what is this? What is this? Why couldn't you just tell her? If she has that much of a connection with you, why couldn't you just tell her, yo, this child is already saved, he's already born again? And so I struggled with that so much. I remember just taking laps around the estate, just having a conversation with God and asking him, what on earth is this? And it took me a minute to forgive that person, but I was really, really, truly offended. And that person did not have a right to assume and to judge. And basically what I'd like to use this opportunity to tell my people out there is, if you're serving young people, if you are in any kind of ministry for that matter, you gotta know what your people are going through. You have to know. You cannot just assume and just do blanket ministry. I would really love to know what your salvation story is like. Please just go down to the comment section below and tell me where you were or when it was that you got saved. It's your girl, Daggie, Ethiokenyan, out.